Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Everyday Funko. This is so exciting. I'm so glad to be back on YouTube. First off, I have to answer this because somebody asked me this on my Instagram, but they asked me if this is sponsored by Funko. This is absolutely not sponsored by Funko. The only thing that Braddock Media is sponsored by is my coffee and my craziness of collecting. So, anyways, get that one right off the bat. This is being the first episode. It's Thursday. I was going to do Threesome Thursday, but I think that would be taken a little bit out. So let's do 3 for Thursday. It's not always going to be 3 for Thursday, but today is an exciting day, so we're going to do it. And not just that, we are including an exclusive in this. This is the Black Widow exclusive EB Games version. That's Electronic Boutique, which we have here up in Canada. There is also the Hulk down here and Ultron. So these are all the series from the Age of Ultron. We're going to break these bad boys open. So we're just going to come back in a second and they're all going to be pulled out of their package. A little bit of trickery that I do when it comes to opening my packages, which I think is important to learn here on the show as well. Get yourself a ruler. And what you do is you slide the ruler in along the top. This way you're not creating a big giant crease or divot inside here. And you just kind of slide it up and under the flaps, push back, and it pops that up nice and clean, and you don't end up damaging your Funkos. The other thing is with these ones, pretty much all of the Marvel and Star Wars have a spring bobble inside their neck, so you have to be really careful pulling them out of their package, or else you can wreck the spring and pull it wrong, and your Funko's just going to go and look all funny at you with his little loppy head, and it's really kind of sad. So anyways, we're going to open these up, come back once these, and put the box art on the shelf. Okay, and we're back. They are all busted out of their package. They got the little bit of bobble going on. They're really adorable. This is going to be a hard one because I really thought Ultron was going to be a sell. He was one of those ones in package that was a little bit like, kind of hum and haw, but he's really super cute out of the package. There may be an exclusive coming up on the show at some point that could end up weaning this one off my shelf if I don't end up keeping him by Sunday. So let's start with Ultron. Here's a shot of his exterior package with him in it, which is something that I think everybody should see. This way you're kind of seeing also the bit of the back of the box art on that one as well. So yes, he's really, he does look great in his package, but not as spectacular as you can see. Here's the up-close shot of him. We're going to kind of just slowly take a 360 spin of each of these figures, and you're going to take a little bit more of a look of an up-close on them. I'm going to kind of grab him and take a little bit more of an overall look. His paint on this one is pretty fantastic. There was a little bit of dust on his eyes, which in the package I thought was actually paint mess-ups, which sometimes can happen. There'll be little flakes of paint from them spraying inside the factory that end up in there, but then when you wipe them off, his eyeballs look really great and super cute. And yes, he is actually really fun. I did not think I was going to like him as much as I do. That one's going to be a hard one to kind of judge off the show. So now that you've kind of seen the spin of him, let's take a look at the Hulk in his packaging. Definitely, again, a lot of them, you can't tell, and it doesn't do them a lot of justice until you actually take them out of the package and look at them. Some of them, I'm not a super fan of the spring bobble. It's fun, and it's neat to kind of see them, you know, bobbling around a little bit, but I'm not a fan of it. You have to display them in a level that you're looking down at them, because if they're up on a higher shelf, all you see is this spring and this weird inside neck, and that actually kind of ruins the visual for me. So let's see here. Yeah, he's got a his spring comes really low onto the neck. I could try adjusting that, but then that's just going to make his head go up even higher. So Hulk on that one is kind of a bit of a level fail on. He's cute, but I don't know. I've seen a couple other Hulks out there that are really good, and I am definitely holding out for the Thor Ragnarok. Like, the new Thor movie is just going to be impressive, and I really hope they do a Funko of Hulk in his armor. Would be really amazing. So anyways, going back over to seeing all of the video of the Hulk now. Let's take a look at this exclusive Black Widow. Of course, the exclusives, I find the paint jobs on them are done just that little bit of notch extra. There is a little bit of an odd thing between some of these that I've noticed in packaging, which if you're not a Funko collector, I'm sure you've noticed this if you are, but the factory pours from Vietnam versus China are very different. My leather jacket, his head from the Vietnam one was just way too massive. The paint was not as good, and so I ended up keeping the one that was actually manufactured in China versus the one that was manufactured in Vietnam. Anyways, none of these ones, these are all manufactured in China from that factory. So this one here with the Black Widow, you've probably been seeing her packaging going around right now. She's really pretty and really beautiful. Anyways, she's pretty great, but when you get up close, you'll actually see it in this picture here. Her neck is all weird and black. It's like when they went to spray her body, they actually ended up spraying the paint on her neck, so she looks kind of weird, and her spring is a little too high, so I'm going to try bringing that down. You can actually turn them, just got to be really super careful and use some jewelry pliers to do this. It takes a lot of skill, so I wouldn't recommend it if you're a first-time Funko person, or if you're going to do it on one that's like, I don't know, go to the thrift store and find one and kind of play around with it before you actually mess up and have a Funko, and nobody wants that on their shelf because you pretty much end up ruining it. It's really hard to replace the springs on these. So now that you've seen all three of these, we are going to shelve them and we're going to put them up there, which you'll see in a little bit of a video here in a second. This is really exciting. So every Sunday, so it'll only be a couple of days up into the judgment, the judging, I'm going to go through everyone that we've reviewed up till Sunday that's on the shelf here and figure out which ones I really want to keep in my collection and which ones are going to go up on eBay and we're going to sell, which is going to be a little heartbreaking. So leave your comments in the comment section right now. Love to hear what you think about which one that you would keep in your collection, why they're your favorite, if it's just because you love the Hulk so much because there's so many Hulk fans out there, or Black Widow just because, you know, more for empowering female figures in comics. But anyways, those are the pros and cons. Paint on Ultron and Hulk is incredible. Paint on Black Widow, a little disappointing for being exclusive. It was kind of a bummer. So anyways, they're all going on the shelf, and I will see you tomorrow for our surprise exclusive. That's part of the show. I forgot to even say that. Every second day is going to be a surprise exclusive. Obviously, I'm going to try to kind of keep theme a little bit. Like right now, we just did a Marvel set, so tomorrow will probably be a Marvel, or if we're doing villains, we'll have a villain, but it's going to be a surprise. It could be totally something different, something random, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you tomorrow right here on Everyday Funko.